Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Kentucky, because we got to talk about Kentucky because it seems like they're adding somebody new every single day. But they went out and they added Koby Brea officially. We talked about that on Tuesday. I think we all kind of knew that that was happening. But the one that was a little bit of a surprise to me, and I don't know if it was a surprise to you, but Kerr Kriisa is leaving West Virginia and transferring to Kentucky. And I will tell you this, Headband Kerr playing for Mark Pope is the kind of team that has all of the vibes, Goodman, all of the vibes. Let's start with this. Kerr Kriisa going to Kentucky. How do you feel about that?
I mean, he better bring the headband back. You know, he got rid of the headband at West Virginia, and it
That's why he
didn't feel
lost his
right.
powers.
Right. It didn't feel right. So, Kerr, if you're listening, bring the headband back because Big Blue Nation, they're going to love you. They're going to love you because you talk shit, you have fun, you make shots. Mark Pope wanted him when he transferred from Arizona to West Virginia. He went after him then. So they've had a relationship for a while. Kerr looked at, for a while, St. John's, Cincinnati. Those didn't work. So he ends up at Kentucky and gives them another good player. Like, they've got a bunch of good players now. Can I give Kentucky fans a great Kerr Kriisa story? I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm going to because I think you know this story. So I'm out there for a game in Tucson at McHale a couple of years ago. And earlier in the season, UCLA had beaten Arizona at Pauley Pavilion. And Mick Cronin called the timeout with like 30 seconds left or a minute left. And they were up like 10, 12, 15 points. So Arizona's up again, like 10 points with like 30 seconds left. And all of a sudden, somebody calls a timeout. And everybody's looking over at the bench like, was it Tommy Lloyd? Who was it? Kerr Kriisa. Kerr Kriisa was basically like, F you to Mick Cronin. You did that shit to us. I'm going to call a timeout when we're up 10 points at the end of the game. And that's what Kentucky fans, they're going to love this kid because, again, he wears his emotions on his sleeve. He plays with kind of a fire. He makes shots. And I think he's matured, Rob. That's the biggest thing about Kerr Kriisa. He really has matured now. He doesn't talk as much shit, and his game has matured. And he knows kind of his role now. He's not going in there thinking he's going to play 35 minutes and carry this team. He wants to win after the shit show that he played in last year in Morgantown.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk shit when you're on a 9-23 West Virginia team that finished at the bottom of the Big 12. Like, who are you talking to? There's not a lot of teams that you could talk to. I will say this about Kentucky is, and you kind of have alluded to this too, but I feel like they are completely loaded right now with every role piece and every option and every kind of secondary guy that you want. My big question is, do they have a star? Do they have a guy that you can trust in crunch time? Do they have someone that you could throw the ball to get you a bucket at the end of a shot clock? Like, it feels like they're missing, honestly, they're missing Janelle Davis. They're missing somebody at that level. And I don't know if there's anybody in the portal at that level for them.
Even a Jackson Robinson would help, right? If they can get him. And I talked to a couple NBA players, the BYU transfer played for Mark Pope, and they said the range that he'd probably be drafted in is somewhere 40 to undrafted. So does Jackson Robinson pull his name from the NBA draft process at some point and decide, you know what, I'm going to go play for Mark Pope again now in Lexington, Kentucky, because he's kind of what they need, a guy who can make plays off the bounce.
Well, thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.